Wait. How do I know that this is you, Gail, not the killer?
Dewey, open the door. It's me.
Don't you think that's what the killer would say?
What is happening, folks? Welcome to another episode of Nerds at Night presents Whiskey and a Mystery. I am your host, Blake, Money Blake Weather. How is everybody doing out in podcast land? I've missed you. I hope everybody's doing great. And I'm so glad you guys are enjoying this series. Hopefully you guys are getting some good whiskey knowledge out there with every guest that we have on, having a fun time with every movie that we pick. Today is not going to be any different, because today we're talking all about... I have fond memories of this movie. It was the first Scream movie that I watched in the theaters, and I always hold that memory real close to my heart, especially now as I break down murder mysteries. No matter how anybody thinks about the movie, I have a special fondness for it, and I have a newfound appreciation for it because I did if you guys have seen it, the Every Clue and Scream 3 breakdown. If you guys haven't seen it, go ahead and check that out after. Don't do it now, but go ahead, add that to your playlist to go ahead and watch right after this. But yeah, hopefully you guys will get some new knowledge after this particular episode. But let's get right into it because I know everybody's excited. Who's the guest? What's the whiskey? I don't know. Let's get right into it though, but let's get into the rules real quick. As you know, every episode, we have us a whiskey guest, and I am the murder mystery expert. We need us a whiskey expert. They come on, they go ahead and pick a bottle up until $45 price point. That way, you guys could go ahead and go out there and buy it if you want to go ahead and check it out. It's affordable and one that's findable by everybody at your local liquor store, whether it's a big one like a Total Wine, or you got a Chris's or Jimmy's Liquor right up the street from you. You should be able to find this bottle. The next rule, though, is at the end of our episode, our whiskey expert will come on and make an expert pick. This is for our big whiskey fans out there. You guys are hunters. You guys into allocated stuff. This is going to be the one that you guys are going to want to go out for. It may be a hard to find bottle. You may spend a little bit of time searching for it. Or you may need to just stretch the pocketbooks a little bit and go ahead and get that particular whiskey. But I'm excited to find out which one it is. Today, our whiskey expert is the host of Rock's Bourbon Review. You can find him almost every other day. He's doing blind tastings and trying to get them right. I think he's down to 5 bottles. Last I saw, we're going to confirm this with him. Ladies and gentlemen, our guest today is none other than Shane Sullivan of Rock's Bourbon Review. Shane, how are you doing, my man?
Good. Thanks for having me on. And it's funny for you to say expert. I don't see myself as an expert. I am a content creator and a lover of whiskey, especially bourbon. But I don't think I'm an expert. Although with this series, I think it's very interesting because I'm like putting my skills to the test, and this guess the pour, which is, I appreciate you bringing up. I'm down to 4 bottles.
Down to 4. Okay, nice.
Thank goodness. Just today I posted.
Okay.
Yesterday's I got right, so we're down to 4 bottles. But I started from 15 bottles, and then my wife randomly poured one of those 15. And I am to guess which out of those 15 it is just on smell and taste. So,
sometimes I'm screaming at the screen, and I'm like, bro, don't second guess yourself. Do not do that. Like, you had it right. Come on, man. It's the Jack.
That's the fun of it, though. Really, because I thought about it. I was like, if I was too good at it, it'd be boring, or people would think it's fake, right? So if I got them all 15 for 15, no one would care.
Right.
I think it's the fact that it's not 15 for 15, which makes it interesting.
Yes.
What am I getting from it at that point in time?
Mm-hmm.
And my real visceral reactions of, I don't remember that being the profile at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Why is that? Is that because of what I had for dinner? Is that
Right.
because I really don't remember the taste profile that much?
Mm-hmm.
Is it giving me something different this time around that I had originally?
Right.
So I think it's fun. It's good for the audience. And that's all I care about is what an audience would like to watch is what I put out.
Well, shit, man, I love watching it, and I'm such a fan of just that. And in all honesty, too, your channel. So I've only started. I'd say maybe I'm 2 months in. I would always drank bourbons and whiskeys, but like I just sort of burned through them. I'd have a Basil Hayden, or I'd have a Wild Turkey 101, and then I might have like 4 or 5 others, and then I have a bar cart, so I'd have some rums and tequilas and vodkas and stuff. Have the boys over, we watch UFC. We'll pick something here and there. So I've had some here and there that I still have now, but I really got serious about like, well, maybe if I add like 3 more, 4 more, 5 more, and then now I have this little solid collection.
So just 2 months ago.
Literally 2 months ago.
And I see some Blantons, some what's it, Old Fit 7
I got the
year?
Old Fit
Man,
7.
that just came out, man. Look at you. Look at you. I mean, you're coming up fast. Staple Buffalo Trace right there, right?
Yeah, I got the B Trace. I got some I got some Wellards. I have 3 Eagle Rares. One's pretty low. The little mini store pick. This one is.
Eagle Rare is some of the best for the money. I love it.
My goodness. And the single barrels are so much better than the regular batches, I think. You just get different.
Store pick?
Yeah. So I have 2 store picks and I have a regular one. But the store picks are just the flavor profiles, the cherry notes come out, and one of them tastes like, this one tastes like a cherry, like Kool-Aid, and the other one I have sort of has this cherry cola, like a Dr. Pepper flavor on it. It's so good. Austin seems to have, I live in Austin, and it seems to have a pretty good bourbon. Yeah, we've got a good
you
bourbon.
Live in Austin?
Yeah, born and raised.
Have you had Still Austin?
Of course, I've had Still Austin. I've had Still Austin Rye. Last year, I bought Still Austin barrel proof cast strength, or the cast strength single barrel. It was a Total Wine pick, not knowing that half the things that I know now, but enjoying it. I was like, oh my goodness, this is like one of the best things I've ever tasted in my life. I can't remember the flavor
Still
profiles.
Austin cast strength is great.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a big fan.
Yeah, we do some good work here. What's been your journey though? How long have you been doing your thing, Shane?
So probably getting really into it in the last 5 years, I'd say. I didn't drink at all before I met my wife.
Okay.
We'll
be right back.
We'll be right back. It's my favorite opening line. I didn't drink at all. Honestly, nothing.
Wow.
And then my wife, I was dating my wife, and at the time, she wasn't my wife at the time, obviously. Yeah. But she would like to have a beer or wine after work, and we were dating. So I was like, okay, I'll join you. I'll do something with that. I liked Crown and Diet, as an easy drinker.
Yeah.
So I'd have that. And also I was keto at the time, so I didn't do any carbs.
Okay.
And I was like, I didn't really like beer that much. So whiskey was great. So I think I'd have a Crown and Diet, and that kind of just evolved. I mean, I'm a collector. I think there's a lot. I think people in our age bracket, human nature is collectors, right? Mm-hmm. And I definitely have that in me, as well as, developing a real love for bourbon and whiskey and the journey it takes and just the magic that happens with it. I mean, it goes in just a clear distilled spirit, right? And then comes out so unique, so sometimes complex, and it can have such varied flavor profiles between the different brands and the mash bills they use.
Yes.
So that's just a lot of fun. And then sharing with people, obviously.
Such
That's
a
the
favorite
most
part.
fun.
I love having people like my friends over, and I love having them over and then being like, oh, we're watching UFC. I usually watch UFC or boxing. Only two sports I watch. When I have my friends over, I'm like, y'all, check out these like 2 new ones I got this week. We got it. What do you think of? I'm sitting. What do you think about it? Like I made it. You know,
That's my favorite thing to do is to know what other people are getting, what kind of experience they're getting. Is it the same as mine? Is it different? Do they enjoy it? Do they not enjoy it?
Right.
If they don't enjoy it, I'm very intrigued on why they don't enjoy it.
Yes.
Too.
Yeah, it's a whole adventure. And that's one of my favorite things about this. I think this newfound whiskey journey, bourbon journey that I'm on, is just it's like a sense of like bringing people together, like community, and then like the people that you meet, the people, even the new whiskey content creators that I've met, everybody is just super like, oh, have you tried? Oh, you want to try? Oh, let me, especially the ones that live here. Oh, you haven't tried this. Next time you see me, let me get you connected with a little sample of this or something. You know, like everybody's just so happy and positive to try and turn you on to something. It's quite incredible. Yes.
It's a good community. And it's interesting you say journey, because it absolutely is a journey.
Yeah.
I mean, I started from drinking Crown and Diet Coke and now I have over 250 bottles drinking, hazmat 140 proof whiskey straight. Right. So, and enjoying it.
Yeah, no, I'll say this new milestone unlocked for me yesterday. So I just got back from Dallas, and me and my godfather went out last night. We went to a little low key bar. Shout outs to, I think the place was called Alexander's. We went to this the Alexander's, and I walked in. First thing I saw, they had a couple. You're probably like me. You go into a place and you're like, yeah, okay, I've tried that. I have that. Oh, I haven't tried that. It was amazing, fantastic. I'm looking at the wall. They have a George T. Stagg. And I was like, just from what I've seen on bourbon hunting videos, what does it hurt to ask, right? Like, what's the worst that could happen?
Always. It never hurts to ask.
Never hurts to ask. So I ask, what's a pour on that? $45. And I was like, okay. I'm like, maybe, I hadn't bought any bourbon when I was out there. I hadn't bought any whiskey. So I still have that money in the pocket, and I'm like, maybe if it, maybe it was 30, I don't know. Like, I'm like thinking about it. My godfather's there. He's not even a whiskey guy, but I have shown him some stuff. And he was just like, you know what? You want to go half? And I was just like, absolutely. I want to go half. And they poured us a big old, I'll send you a picture, big old fat pour of this George T. Stagg. Let me see if I can send it right now. I can always edit this stuff. It was a big old fat pour.
I love a generous bartender that they're not looking at the nickels and dimes of the business. They're like, sure, you want that? Oh, straight. People don't get this straight up, so I'm gonna pour what I think should be in this glass. And
I'm texting the picture right now to you, dude. It was a big old fat pour, and it couldn't have been. I was like, I hope. In my head, I'm like, this can't be as good as people say it is, right? Like, this cannot be. And absolutely, indeed, it was. Like, it was
funny. It's
incredible.
I think it's right there. Yeah, it's right there. Here. You can't really see it really well, but I have not tried George T. Stagg. And I have a bottle. It's right here. It's right here. It's kind of like I'm almost scared to try it because I don't want it to let me down.
Oh man.
And not even that, but also I want an occasion or to share it, freshly crack it with someone who appreciates it. And I've been getting some friends in the whiskey community which has been great because none of my friends drink whiskey.
Yeah.
I have some of the best collection out there, and none of my friends care for whiskey at all.
Oh no.
So there's that. So I have some special bottles that I've just been waiting to crack for a special occasion, and then also with someone who appreciates it, because
absolutely.
I don't really drink alone that much,
Yeah.
and my wife's been pregnant for 8 months now.
Even less.
So
You're drinking even less at this point.
the only time I'm drinking is when I'm filming.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I don't go out and drink, especially because the prices they charge is ridiculous, and I have way better at home, so it hurts to even try to do that, right? Yeah. And then I have a lot of special occasion models, I guess. I need more special occasions.
Yeah, we just need the occasion. Somebody send Shane some occasions he should be celebrating.
Right.
I will say this: my favorite up until yesterday, my favorite whiskey that I'd ever tasted was Stag Junior. Stag Junior, beyond incredible, like beyond the cherry and the vanilla.
You like that? Oh, that cherry is so pronounced.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good.
I love Stag.
Yes.
I have a lot of bottles of Stag,
right.
A lot of different batches of Stag. Just one George T. Stag, but a lot of the regular Stag, and it is phenomenal. It went pretty high, and I did a bourbon bracket earlier this year. I don't know if you saw that, but I took 64 of like my top bourbon. Yeah, top bourbons. I mean, some of them weren't actually bourbons because some of them were like Angel's Envy triple oaked, which is technically not a bourbon.
Okay.
But most bourbons, and I did them in a bracket challenge.
Okay.
To determine what I liked the most, and it was blind.
Okay.
Well, the first round wasn't blind, but then I was like, okay, I need to do Black Glencairns, and just do this on solely what I smell and taste. And that will be the determining factor. And I won't know any other information.
Okay. Nice.
I didn't even know what the matchups were. So I didn't even know which two bottles were there.
You were putting against each other.
Yeah. So like in the round of 32, my wife could pick from any of the rounds.
Okay.
So could have been any of the 32 bottles.
Wow. How far did Stag Junior make it?
Stag Junior made it pretty far.
Wow.
I don't remember exactly, but I mean, top final 4, maybe final 8, something like that.
Wow.
I mean, well, I had Stag Junior batch 18.
Okay.
Batch 18 is supposed to be a really good batch.
Fire. Okay. Nice. Yeah. Nice. I don't know which batch I had. I don't know anything.
It's a long journey, my friend. It's a long journey. But Stag usually puts out about 3 batches per year.
Okay.
3 to 4.
Okay.
So it'll be like 24A, 24B, 24C.
Okay.
And I think they had a 24D last year.
Okay.
So it'll be like that. So whenever you see in the bottom right, there'll be a number and a letter that it will correspond to the year, and then which batch of that year it is.
Nice. Okay. Now I know what to look out for. And I do hear a lot of the bourbon hunters talk about, this is 24B, this is 23A. But yeah, I don't know what I had, but I knew that it was incredible. And up until last night, George T. Stag knocked it down the peg. So now my favorite is a unicorn bottle that I'll probably never get, or at least won't get for the next how many years, but at least I know I like it, and
that's good. That's good.
It.
You drink what you like. And that is quite a step in your bourbon journey.
I'm trying, man. I'm trying to get some stripes on my white belt. That's all I can say.
Yeah. Well, you've got a few. You've gotten quite a few. Yeah, I don't know if you're any longer a white belt after that.
Oh, nice. Thank you. I've officially graduated with instructor Shane here. I like this.
Absolutely.
Speaking of graduating, let's get right into this whiskey pick as we get into some movie talk real quick. Shane, I had you on. I said, whiskey expert or not, of how you think yourself, you're the whiskey expert for today. What is your whiskey pick for this movie?
It's interesting when you said, pick a whiskey that you would pair with the movie. And honestly, I think that's a pretty strange question. And I mean, I don't know if your brain kind of works that way and you're like, I'm watching I don't know, happy movie. I want this kind of whiskey. Is that how your brain works?
A
Because
little bit. Yeah.
it's pretty difficult for me. I'm not really picking a whiskey based on the move, anything I'm watching. Really, it's kind of how I'm feeling with the day.
Okay.
I think more of
Nice.
anything.
Okay.
But my pick for this was Angel's Envy. This is just their regular. This is
This one right here.
Yep. This is finished in port wine barrels.
Nice.
So with the port wine, I was thinking, port blood, red, maybe incorporate that a little bit in the bourbon. So my pick was the Angel's Envy port finish.
I'm kind of happy you picked this one because I did have it recently. I was at Cheesecake Factory of all places, and they had it, and I had never tried it. And I was like, oh, this is really good. But obviously, you never know how long the bottle's been there, the oxidation, whatever. I had a good time with it, but I had always wanted to try it fresh. And so I did, when you recommended this, I did crack it. And I was like, yeah, you know what? I do enjoy this. Now, as we go through this, Shane, what should I be picking up? What are some smells that you get? Maybe is a better question.
Yeah, exactly. That's the question. It's what an individual's picking up, not what you should be.
Okay.
Like, maybe if our taste profiles are similar in content that you've been seeing, you go, oh, I get that too. Oh, I really like that too. And you keep on seeing that. Maybe we have similar profiles.
Okay.
And a lot with like store picks and stuff like that with stores, you kind of latch on to stores that you have a similar profile with. So just in the similarities and stuff.
Yeah, nice.
So in this, I mean, it's a port finish, so you're going to get a lot of sweet, in my opinion. And then just some stereotypical, oaky notes. There's not a whole lot going on for me.
Okay.
I just get sweet, slightly oaky, very pleasant, very, very nice nose on it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I definitely get like a sweet. You get that sweet wine. Like if you've ever had a sweet wine, like one that's you're like it's a low shelfer, but it's a sweet wine. You sort of get that smell. But I do get a light vanilla as well, along with like that oakiness.
Some light fruit, right?
Yeah,
just fresh light fruit.
Love it. Like it was just cut. All right, well let's get into this, my friend. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, that's so good.
It's very solid. I mean, it's a great introduction, I think, into drinking neat or over ice.
Yeah.
Right? You don't really get from drinking mixed drinks and cola, right? To drinking, like I said, 140 proof neat, right?
Right.
So this is a great introduction into drinking more by itself. And it doesn't really need another accompaniment to be very pleasant and still sweet and enjoyable to, I think, a regular person's palate.
Yeah. I like that. I like that a lot. A good starter, like for your taste bud whiskey.
Get into drinking neat. Yeah.
Yeah. Why did you pick this one for this movie, Shane? What reminded you? Or what was the vibe? What was the energy going into this?
It just kind of sparked up. Like I said, the port finish is just red, and that reminded me of the blood, and it reminded me of the scene in Scream 1, at least.
Yeah.
Where the bad guy,
Billy,
Billy, he gets shot, right? But it's actually like corn syrup.
Oh, he gets fake stabbed, and then he was like, "Oh, it's cornstarch,"
corn syrup and like just like the movies, and it was like sweet, and that sweetness, I was like, "Oh, so that wasn't actually blood; it was just a sweet profile." And I don't know, I just kind of made the connection there, and I don't know if it's a good connection, but
I will say this as a fan of the Scream series. And as we go into this, I will say I enjoyed that you picked this one because I'm going to make a good connection for probably a lot of whiskey fans or more people not in the beginning of their journey, but sort of maybe whiskey reviewers, content creators, a lot of them seem to not like this variation, this expression of Angel's Envy, the port finish. Maybe it's I think it's the port, maybe for some people's palate, just a little too sweet. They don't enjoy it. I have heard that on multiple different reviewers that I've seen. I see some of them that like it. It's like this movie, though. You will see content creators that are like, this movie it's not appreciated. It's a black sheep. It's this variation of Scream that, at the time, it's kind of shitty, but now we look back and you're like, I mean, it's kind of good, actually. Like, it kind of works, even though there's some holes in the game. Like, it kind of works in here because of that difference of opinion that I've seen just personally with this particular whiskey and with this particular movie with video content creators. I felt like I was like, you don't even know what you did. You don't even know, Shane. This is a great pick.
Okay. Controversial, you think?
Yes.
I think if someone thinks this is controversial, they're kind of snobs, to be honest.
Okay.
And I'm not afraid to be controversial with them thinking it's controversial. It is super solid for what it is. And sure, maybe they're too high class now and don't really enjoy the finishes. And I get that. I'm that guy. I'm that guy.
Yeah.
But this is nice. There's nothing wrong with this. And it's a great gateway for people, like I said, to get into drinking straight or on the rocks without anything else and really getting to appreciate whiskey. I guess I say the way it is, but they did finish it. Getting to there, it's the bridge.
Yeah. A gateway whiskey.
It is a gateway whiskey.
I love it, man. Well, cheers. I feel like this is going to be a good conversation. And for a second, I thought you were describing the end of this movie because, again, some people have just a problem with the end of this movie, like maybe the end of the way that this whiskey's finished.
Exactly. Pinkies up.
Fancy lad over here.
So it is. I mean, Scream 3. I don't know if I even remembered watching Scream 3, to be honest. I watched the first one.
Okay.
I definitely watched the second one.
Okay.
I don't know if I really remember the third one that much before watching it again. I watched all 1, 2, and 3 again because I love watching movies. I'm a movie buff.
Nice.
So I just didn't mind watching all 3. It was great.
What was your initial thought now, maybe on a revisit, or maybe you're like, I don't even know what was your initial thoughts coming off of it?
For Scream 3?
Yeah.
I didn't like it that much. I didn't. It's like, well, I watched 1, 2, and 3 back to back to back. So I'm it's the same thing. There's nothing new. It's and it makes sense if that's what a lot of movies do in their sequels and stuff. They actually just mirror what the first one did and kind of just do something different, maybe add something else, throw in a twist here. I didn't watch your putting together the clues for this third one.
Okay.
But I went through it and I was like, man, I didn't get that this guy is actually the brother. He's the killer. Her mom was sleeping around. What? was this in other movies that gave us any of this? Because there's this one 10-minute monologue scene where I'm like, oh my God, it feels like they were forcing connections in this, which I don't appreciate. I wish things go throughout and hinted at things through it instead of hey, here's the monologue. Oh, here's previous footage and how I'm linking all this in this 10-minute segment.
Yes. I can speak to that. Yeah, I can speak to that. So this movie had a lot of problems going into it because the writer for the first two, Kevin Williamson, at this point in time was working on 3 different other projects. The Faculty, Teaching Miss Tingle, he was writing and directing. He was also doing rewrites for Halloween H2O, and he was the writer and creator of Dawson's Creek. all of this happened right after Scream 1 and 2. Like,
Wow.
he just on fire. So they reached out to him. He gave some notes about what he thought about Scream 3. They didn't really use any of them. And they hired a guy named Aaron Kruger, who is actually probably most well known for doing stuff on Transformers. And he was a writer of the new, what do they call that damn thing? The Top Gun Maverick. He was like a co-writer, a writer of that. And I'm like, what a graduation from this movie. Like, that's crazy. So the movie seems this, I will say this, when I did my breakdown of finding every single clue, I watched this movie 2000. I didn't catch everything, but on rewatches, I was like, oh, there are little hints. But the thing about these movies is it's a murder mystery. You never fully get all the motivation. And that's just for any murder mystery. But the clues that they have in here, some of them don't make sense or they feel forced because there was daily rewrites between the writer Aaron Kruger and Wes Craven. Like, Wes Craven's not a writer, and he was just like this. They started basically directing without a full written script. So daily rewrites were happening all the time. So something that happened last week, we're writing. If you don't remember what happened, you already shot the scene. Like, I hope you remember what was in the scene, because we could be completely different kind of thing going on today. At one point, they had 2 killers in this movie. We end up with 1, but there's clues clearly. Like, there's like, there has to be 2 people. Like when Sydney's
I know. I was saying that. I was like, okay, they're setting this up to see that there's 2 killers.
Yes.
Yeah. And I mean, in the scenes, just like Scream 1, where what's the main bad guy again?
Oh, the Billy and Stu were the 2.
Billy.
Sorry. Yeah.
Billy. Where he's, trying to murder Sydney at her house, and like ends up at the front door, not in his costume. I feel like that happened a few times in this movie where the deputy showed up just after, we saw the Scream costume. Obviously, I guess he got stabbed right after. But, that connection, I was like, oh my gosh, this like brought me back to that scene.
Yeah.
Also, there was one of the actresses playing in Stab. She was short-haired. Was really short.
Emily Morton, I believe is her name. She's a British actress.
Oh, yeah, I think so. And then she came out of the woods at one of the scenes, right?
Angelina, yeah.
When they shot at one of the Scream costume people, or Dewey did, right?
Yeah.
And then it goes away, and then right after that, you see a scene where she's coming out of the woods, and they're like, "Where were you?" Like setting up a scene like that, and I was like, "Are you gonna put 2 and 2 together?" But no, it just like they left it in the dust. Why show that? Why? I don't know. I guess some red herrings is cool, but
well. So for instance, let's rewind a little bit in Scream 1. So that scene you're talking about, right? Sydney's attacked in her house. Billy then pops up out of her window. That scene, Stu is attacking her. Billy's the one on the phone. That's why the phone drops, but he doesn't use his phone. He uses her dad's phone, and they're hiding it somewhere. You never really know, but that's sort of the takeaway of that scene. And it's especially because the way there's been so many other like breakdowns about attacks and who attacked who. But in that scene, the person who's attacking is Stu, and then Billy's the one that comes up from the thing. And it is to make you feel it was intentionally purposed like that for you to be like, was that Billy? And then the thing to take away the suspicion of Billy is when she still gets a call at Tatum's, and you're like, well, he's in jail. So like, it can't be Billy, even though he's highly suspicious right now. Going back to this movie, Angelina was actually supposed to be the secret second killer. And last minute they cut it or blew it, or the studio was like, you know what? We just want 1 killer. And it had a lot to do, as far as my understanding is, because that tragedy of Columbine happened, just a year prior, and they didn't want, tie-ins of like, oh, there's 2 killers. Oh, there was 2 killers. They wanted the least amount of tie-ins to a tragic event like that. So you'll notice this movie's a little bit less bloody, a little bit less like gory, a little bit less intense and violent. there's still stabbing, there's still blood, but it's just a little bit less than Scream 2, which
absolutely
went up from Scream 1,
Yep.
So things to keep in mind, as like, it's in no way is it like to erase the memory of like, this is actually like, you're right, like this is actually the least favorited Scream in the entire franchise.
Okay.
So when you're like, I didn't like it, I'm like, this is not an argument for that at all. There's things to appreciate, but it's the weakest of even in rating on Rotten Tomatoes everywhere of the series. So you're kind of onto something, Shane. Now that we got the initial thoughts, though, I want to know, what'd you enjoy? What were some highs about this movie that you enjoyed, man? He was like, I enjoyed when I turned it off.
My position of like not liking tying everything in.
Mm-hmm.
It was a unique way to tie everything in.
That's good. That's good.
He has, Sydney has a brother. Her mom, was, sleeping around. The motivation for Billy being the serial killer, right? So that was cool tie-ins.
Right.
I'll bet forced.
But it is a big high. It is interesting that it is tied in, whether forced or not, back to the first movie. You're like, oh, okay, we do know that Billy attacked Cindy and killed her mom because the mom was sleeping with the dad. His mom leaves. How did he? This now raises this movie raises a question like, how did he find out?
Once I supplied the motivation, all the kid needed was a few pointers.
And you're like, oh, that's how he found out. Like, this dude was following her, who's her estranged son, shows these guys, like sets up the motivation for it. You're like, oh, that's interesting. It could work. I'm going to save a point for my low because it ties in back to this. But yeah, it is an interesting motivation. I think one of my highs in this movie is Parker Posey as the make pretend Gale Weathers, right? I can't remember her name right now. I should probably remember it, but Jennifer Jolie, right? A play on like Jennifer Aniston and Angelina Jolie with the name. Parker Posey for me, just sass pants galore. I love her. I love her comedic style. Best in Shows. She's hilarious in that movie. Dazed and Confused.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. I love Best in Show. It's
Best
so
in Show's
funny.
hilarious. Yeah.
Yeah.
All improv too. All improv movie, which is hilarious.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But she's always a ball of sass. And especially in this movie, I love it to death. So for me, it's a big high about this movie is like that particular side character. I think the thing that makes a lot of murder mysteries work well are the side characters. You either love them or you hate them. If you feel in the middle, they did a bad job of the writing, right? If you ever feel in the middle, you're like, I don't know how I feel about bad writing. We got to rewrite the script or give them more to do. And they gave her everything to do in this movie, which I absolutely loved. Shane, give me another high from yourself about this movie.
Dewey. I like Dewey. Dewey's finally maybe grew on me a little bit. I don't know. Maybe he got more screen time. Mm-hmm. Maybe he stuck up for himself a little more.
Yeah.
Right. And he wasn't this doofus, right? Of the first one or kind of second one too. Stood up for himself a bit and was kind of an unsung hero. Well, yes. Main hero.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He actually did some shit that like was trying to save the day, Dewey's a great one. I'll say one of the other highs for me is the fact of how they threw out the red herring of the detective. I like a good, because when I watched this for the first time, I thought it was him. And I was like, you did a good job. You did a good job of that.
First time when you see him, the detective, he's like wanting to get Sydney out of her hiding.
Right. Yeah.
And I was like, why are you wanting to do that? Like, let her be. Why do you need her here? Talk to her on the phone if you need some information.
Yeah. Send her an email, bro, or something and he's creepy about it too. He's like,
so Where is she?
And you're like,
Yeah,
ooh,
I know.
creeper. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
creepy, bro. Yeah, I thought that was a big high for me, because when you're able to sell it that way, and even at the till the very end too, like I think that's the problem sometimes. Like they die off, or like you automatically know, you're like, it's not him, even though it kind of feels up until the very end, until he gets stabbed and he gets beat up by the killer.
Yeah.
You're like, it has to be him. Like, who else? Who else can it be? Was there anything else that stood out to you, Shane, about this movie that you did enjoy? Perhaps
Not too much.
we're gonna have some we're gonna have a lot of fun with the lows. Then that's what we're gonna do right now. Give me a low. Give me a deep down. Give me a Garth Brooks Friends in Low Places, low moment.
Yeah, like I was saying before, the forcing everything at the end. I didn't really get any clues to who it was.
Mhm.
It was kind of like piecemeal. Like it felt piecemealed, and you saying it was. So
Yep. Just
I felt it.
confirms. Yeah, it
I felt
confirms
it.
what you felt. Yeah. To that point, the fact of at the very end, when Roman reveals himself to Sydney, there's a moment where she's like, because they never meet. She has no idea who this is. Like he takes off his mask and he's like, I got you. And she's like, I don't know who the fuck you are, bro.
Yeah, bro, literally.
I've never seen you a day in my life. Who are you, dude?
And now has to explain why he wants to kill her.
And who he is. And
Yeah.
why he's trying to do this. And what did you give the whole goddamn, point at the end. It's the wildest thing. Like when I look back, I'm like, they never had a scene where they met each other, at least in the first two movies, right? She knows Billy's her boyfriend. She never meets Miss Loomis, and that's a great reveal, but at least she knows Mickey, right? Mickey's in her friend group.
Yeah.
And that makes sense. Like, and then even when Miss Loomis reveals herself to be the killer, she knows who she is from the past. It makes sense. She knows who these people are.
Yeah.
It makes no sense now. The reveal is like trash buckets at this point, dude.
You're like, oh, the director, great.
Yeah.
A psycho director, cool twist.
Yeah, I mean, it would work if they had a scene together, or he met her or something. It would work out so much better, but they just never met. So that for me is a huge problem for this movie for me. Shane, give me another low on your list. I feel like you were watching this movie with the Angels Envy and you were just like, I got a list. I'm gonna complain to some people about this.
Yeah, well, I feel like there's quite a few. Maybe I wasn't paying a ton of attention because it didn't grab my attention. But one of the points too was you could clearly see that Ghostface was shot multiple times by Dewey in front of the vehicle, goes under the vehicle, disappears, and he's fine. Sure, maybe everything hit a bulletproof vest, but man, I could clearly see he was shot. And there's like nowhere to go behind this vehicle, and he's just vanished.
I will take your vanishing and raise you another vanishing. When Sydney's on set, and I'm going to play some of these clips as we're talking. I'm going to play some of these clips. You won't see it now, but in post, you'll be like, oh, okay, there's a clip. When Sydney's on set and she runs away from the killer, goes into the house, and then the killer pops out from the closet behind her. Well, he was just outside. How'd he get into the closet? Then she pushes the Ghostface dude off into the bed, and then he's in the next room next to her. Like, doesn't make any sense if it's one killer. It only makes sense if there are two killers in that moment. That's the only way that makes sense. So lots of balls dropped, and not in the good way. You know what I mean? I will say, to this point and to your point, I think you almost answered your question. Like he was wearing a bulletproof vest. He only got shot there, but I think it's to point out too, like the accuracy of Dewey. Like he was aiming, if he aimed for the chest and he only got shot in the chest, well, then that means Dewey's clearly shooting in one direction and hit that direction. That's the only way to explain if all the bullets were targeted in the same area. That's the best way I can come up with that. But besides that, lots of plot armor. just like that body armor he was wearing at the end of the movie, right? Like that explained away, like, I got shot twice, but check it out. Like I got this bulletproof vest on.
I guess another thing, which is stupid, and it's a small point, at the end, when Dewey's shooting the guy again.
Oh yeah.
I swear there was like 10 shots before he like shoots him in the head. I'm just like,
Yeah.
How many shots does this gun have?
You know, as many as it takes to, get the plot moving forward, I guess.
Dewey, the head, Dewey.
Doing what? Head!
Oh, classic Dewey. I am glad though they didn't almost kill Dewey in this movie though. I will say that. Maybe I'll add that to the high bucket because they pieced him up in the first movie. He got
They did.
creased up in the second movie. Like,
Oh, absolutely. I thought he was gone in the second.
I did too.
Yeah.
I think initially he did die, and I think
Yes.
last minute they decided to like bring him back, and I was like, I don't know how much blood this guy has left anymore.
And at that point, you want nothing to do with anything around stab movies.
Oh
And,
yeah, no.
I mean, how many times you can get literally stabbed before you stay away from these movies?
It's so funny you bring that up. There's a line in so there's 6 of these movies. There's a 7th one coming out next year. There's a line in the 5th one where he's asked from the new characters to come help, right? Like they're bringing new characters, putting the old characters there, and he's asked to help, and he's like,
Help us figure out who's behind this.
Are you kidding me? I've been stabbed 9 times. I've got permanent nerve damage and a fun little limp. You think I want to do that again?
It's a hilarious line. Everybody at the theater, opening night, everybody laughed at that because, yeah, dude, you just keep getting messed up every single movie.
I'll have to rewatch them, since we're
Yeah.
on this topic and I've had, talked to you now. I'll have to go watch 4, 5, and 6, right?
4, 5, 6. Yeah, they're out there. Would you? Okay, I'll say this. So if somebody has watched Scream 1 and 2, would you recommend them watch 3? If they're like meh about it, not if they're into it, but if they're like meh about it, would you be like, you need to watch 3?
I'm a movie buff. What are you going to do with your time? Like, you're too good to continue to watch it. Like, I don't know. Watch it for
What it is?
the nostalgia.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. If you just watched 1 and 2 and you're like a Gen Zer and, you didn't grow up with it, you might not care for 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know. I don't remember 4, 5, and 6. We'll see. I probably watch them because, like I said, I'm a movie buff, and I really enjoy going to the movies, watching movies.
What's your favorite? Two question. What's your favorite kind of movies to watch, and what is your favorite movie of all time?
Oh man, I haven't even thought about that.
Oh dear.
Okay. Forgetting Sarah Marshall is probably
Hilarious.
It's got to be
Hilarious.
1 or top 3. I mean, it comes to mind. So it's just written so amazing.
Mhm.
And Jason Segel, right?
He's hilarious. Yeah.
He is hilarious, and he wrote it, right?
Yes.
And I think I watched some like behind the scenes just recently, and someone was like, "Hey, don't write this as."
He said
drama."
Judd Apatow asked him to write it as
Okay.
a drama, and
Yeah.
it was just going to be, it's going to come out funny, but just write it as a drama.
Yeah, write it as a drama, and it will be funny.
Yeah.
And I thought that was just great because he just has some comedic genius, and maybe I relate to him because he's a tall guy, right?
Yeah.
He's got to be close to 6'4", if not more, right?
You want?
And-
Let's look this up. Go ahead and keep talking.
I'm 6'6", so
Oh,
I
shit.
feel like I have like a little kindred, tall guy.
Tall guy.
Funny guy. Yeah, tall, funny guy. I want to say I'm funny. My wife thinks I'm less funny as the years go on, but I seem to still laugh.
That's funny, dude. All right, let's see. Jason Segel. What'd you say it was? What'd you guess?
Thinking he was like 6'4". That was my guess.
6'4".
6'4". See, yeah.
6'4". There you go. Look at you.
Tall guys know their heights.
Tall, recognized tall. Yeah.
Tall, recognized tall.
Meanwhile, I'm over here at 5'9", and I'm like, at least I'm not 5'7". You know what I mean?
Heights doesn't matter. And then for For genres,
Yeah.
I'm really not a horror movie, huge horror movie fan
Okay.
because of the jump scare. I just don't care about jump scares.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're cheap a lot of times, and I just don't enjoy them. I
Yeah.
enjoy suspense. I like suspense. Suspense is great.
Yeah.
And then for genre of movie, I mean, I like comedies, I guess.
Yeah.
Comedies, rom-coms, probably
Big
more
rom-com guy.
comedies.
Yeah, I'm a big rom-com guy. Yeah. I will say this. I know this movie maybe comes across as a horror movie, but I actually do not like horror movies. I don't like Jason. I don't like Michael. I don't like Freddy. I don't like horror movies. I like murder mysteries. And this just happens to have somebody who, okay, so have you seen any like Murder on the Orient Express, Death on the Nile, any of those?
Love them. Yeah.
Okay, the Poirot murder mysteries, right?
Yeah, I love it.
I love the classic ones, the new ones. Do you have a preference, or you kind of I love them all?
On the 3 that came out with
Kenneth Branagh.
Yeah, I liked them all. In their own way. I think they're all pretty different, though. The way, and then the last one was
Haunting in Venice.
Yeah, was super interesting.
I enjoyed it.
I liked it. I don't think I liked it more. I like Murder on the Nile. Well, I like Gal Gadot, so Gal Gadot or Gal Gadot. I think.
Let's go ahead. Can we cheers to that, Shane? Can we
absolutely to Gal. If you're there, just, my wife loves you, and I love you.
We love you. We love you here. Friend of the show, of course, right? Let's get
absolutely.
Please
cut to Gal Gadot saying hi to Shane from Rock's Bourbon Review and go.
Pleased to meet my new land agent.
We just did that right there. You missed it, folks. So I have this. So I bring that up, right? Because in murder mysteries, like in the classic ones, it's still a murder. Like it's a murder mystery, only we don't get to see the murder happen, right? These movies are murder mysteries where we do get to see the murder happen. I will say it's a blend of like the horror genre, because in the horror genre, the style points are about the kill, right? Like it's fun for the audience to see a fun kill, right? Especially if it's not just somebody getting stabbed and you're like, okay, he died like that. Like if it's a fun way of stabbing or just a fun kill. Like I think a fun kill in this movie is like, yo, the dude might be stupid, but the dude got blown up in a house. Like that was wild, you know?
It was stupid. And it was wild. You're right on both those points. I was like, I'm going to save the person who smells the gas. Whoa!
What? Oh, I blew it up. Yeah.
Oh, I'm actually not saved. I'm blown up.
But it's a fun, like stupid kill, but like it's fun. Like style points in these movies go toward creative kills. Tatum, Scream 1. That was a fun, stupid kill, right? With the garage door.
True.
Yeah.
Very true.
Very
fun, stupid kill.
Yeah, very fun, stupid. So that's the thing. Fun, stupid kills go a long way with horror fans. But if you're a murder mystery fan, for you get to see what happened that you didn't see in a classic murder mystery, which is the actual event of the murder playing out. Only here, they're wearing a disguise, wherein those movies are not wearing a disguise. And it's about like, well, I got to see a fun kill, but also still like, now I've got to mark this dude off my suspect list. Who is it? Like, I want to know who it is. Yeah. And the reveals at the end are always, whether you agree with who the killer should be or not, they're always like an iconic moment because you're anticipating that at the very end of the movie. And in these movies too, instead of having a classic like, and you know what, I'll send you, and I hope you enjoy it, man, for the first one at least, and you can dig into the other two, the Every Clue breakdowns that I've done that kind of have driven a lot of, I think I launched those, and that's really when the channel started, you find your footing with what the audience likes, and they really like those. But my opinion on it was Gale is actually our detective character, because she's the only one that's investigating constantly throughout it. In the like the Poirot murder mysteries, our hero and our detective are one and the same. But in here, our hero is Sydney, and Gail is our detective, or our sleuth character, right? She's trying to piece it together. She's getting with Dewey. She's sleuthing around. She's putting cameras in places and, always trying to gather some information. Always, and nobody else is doing it, but she is the one that is constantly trying to do it. And I enjoy that. Like, I enjoy seeing those similarities of like, yep, it's Scooby-Doo for adults is what Scream is, right? Like, there's some cussing, there's some blooding, and there's some killing, and it's gonna be fun. But at the end, you're still gonna peel back and be like, "Oh, it was Old Man Rivers from who we met earlier, and he would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for you crazy kids and that dog," right? Like,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That is what I appreciate about these movies. Again, I am not a horror fan. I don't like Saws. I don't like anything like that. But give me a good murder mystery and let me try to piece it together and solve it by the end. And it's a twist on just a classic, like, oh, you're on a train for 3 days. You're in on a boat in the Nile for 3 days. Like, we're in a town.
Those are also filmed so well too. Like,
oh yeah,
Orient Express, Murder on the Orient Express, and Death on a Nile, and Haunting in Venice. Right, just filmed beautifully, just super cinematic.
Yeah. The cinematography is incredible.
The main character really takes you on the journey of, his thought process of piecing things together and makes it work. And honestly, I mean, maybe it's a little dumbs it down for a lot of people because he's doing the work for you.
Right. Yeah.
You're like, oh, cool. Yeah. Oh, very nice how he did all that. I didn't have to think about that. He's doing what you're doing, right?
Yeah.
He's showing you what he's put together in all the scenes to pick out who the murderer is.
And that's why I could never do an every clue in like Murder on the Orient Express, because by the end of the movie, he's pointing them out for you.
He does it. Yeah.
He does it for you. But it's necessary to make those videos for fans who are like, oh, that's right. The one character had the boots, and then the killer has a, oh my goodness, is wild. Or like the character, this guy was here. Because it's not given to you on a silver platter in a denouement at the end. The only scene that you get at the end of these movies is like, oh, the reveal, and then the bad guy motivation speech of like why I'm a bad guy and why I'm about to kill you.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. Let's start to land the plane on this real quick, man. Who is your MVP for this movie?
Yeah, like I said, the high-end MVP is Dewey.
I love it.
I mean, Dewey. It's a comeback story of Doofus becoming Dewey, the man. Dewey's my MVP. He won me over in number 3.
I love it. And he had a lot to do in this one too. And he wasn't just like limping around. He got that fixed up real quick. Wasn't that crazy, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great pick right there. I have a runner-up, and then I have my MVP.
Okay.
My runner-up is that wacky detective who's the assistant detective.
There's no reason to presume that Cotton's death had anything to do with this movie, is there?
He was making a movie called Stab. He was stabbed.
Like that, the second detective is hilarious. I don't know his name, but he's hilarious every time he opens his mouth.
He didn't have many scenes, right?
No. He was like in few scenes, but just like Gail comes with the other detective, with Detective McDreamy, right? And
McDreamy, McDreamy.
Young rookie card of Patrick Dempsey. Let me tell you.
Wallace, Mrs. Weathers is working with me now.
Well, in that case, I'm going to go dust for fingerprints with Jane Pauley.
That line. You smart ass son of a bitch. Like, it's hilarious. Like, finds the photos.
This is great. 10 more murders and we can publish a calendar.
It's just hilarious. But my MVP for this movie, and I gave it away earlier, is Parker Posey, Jennifer Jolie. She steals the scene.
I'm with him.
You. Like I'm ever going to win an award playing you.
She punches Dewey.
Who gave you a place to stay? Who are you supposed to be protecting?
Jennifer.
So Take that, Shane. But
Jealous, right?
yeah, up until the very end, even when she dies, it's
You can't come out of the killer's damn free! I'm the killer!
she's a lovable, hateable person, and when she's with Gail, it's some of the most fun interactions that are in the movie.
It really is.
So now, starting now, I go where you go. That way, if someone wants to kill me, I'll be with you. And since they really want to kill you, they won't kill me. They'll kill you. Make sense?
None.
And then let's shout out real quick to Princess Leia's in the movie, right? And it's got some fun little cameos. Okay, Shane, we have reached the end of our time talking about the movie. So as people, maybe they do want to watch this movie and they want an expert pick because they need something a little stronger to make it through a movie like this. Maybe I don't know. Maybe
I mean, why do you expect it just to be stronger?
I just think it could be strong. I'll say this: could be stronger on the proof, could be stronger on the wallet. One of the two, but they need it to be
probably.
They need it to be strong. They need it to be stronger. What is your expert pick for this movie?
I struggled. It was interesting because again, I didn't know how to really match up. But I was trying to pull some connections of, limiting under $45 is kind of tough, actually.
Your expert pick can be any price, though. At this point,
no, I know.
Oh, okay.
So that's why I went with the Angel's Envy.
Right.
So I kind of have two.
Okay.
And
okay,
they're very interesting. I think they're very interesting.
Yeah, let's go for it.
My first pick is this Questsend. Dragon. So this actually is Matthew Lillard's brand.
Oh shit.
Yeah, whiskey. It's the brand is called Questsend.
Okay.
And this is a blend of straight bourbon finished in sherry and smoked bourbon barrels. So again,
the wine finish
and sherry. So yeah.
Nice. Okay.
So another finished. But this runs like $150, so it's definitely pricey. It's good. I mean,
what's the proof on that?
It's a beautiful, beautiful bottle. This is 108 proof.
Okay,
so quite a bit more than Angel's Envy. I think Angel's Envy about 90 proof. No, nice. 86.6.
Nice,
pretty low.
Okay.
So
well,
proofed up a little bit. Matthew Lillard's company. So I think that's a kind of cool connection to Scream.
I also want to give you something you didn't even know this. Matthew Lillard was paid to be in this movie and wasn't in it.
Oh.
So you didn't even know that.
No.
What a great connection to make.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I wanted to add that little bonus for you, man. What a great pick.
Yeah. Very interesting. And it's really good. Also, a shout out to Filmland Spirits.
Okay.
They have this Moonlight Mayhem.
Okay.
So this is a company out of California, and it's a bunch of film lovers, and they also love whiskey. This is right up your alley. They love whiskey, and then they made a company, and I'm pretty sure they source their whiskey.
Okay.
And they source pretty good. I think what they do is source it and then re-age it in California.
Okay, nice.
So this one is aged in white American oak. Yeah, produced in Kentucky. So they source it from Kentucky.
Nice.
And this one's at full proof. So they have the regular and then extended cut. I don't know if you can quite see it. So their extended cut is like the full proof or cast strength version.
Oh, that's lovely. That's incredible.
And each bourbon has like their own theme to it. So this says Moonlight Mayhem.
Okay.
So it's like a saga of werewolves and bourbon. Right?
How cool.
Just kind of themed. And, this was like, werewolves, a scary, Scream 3, it's a horror.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I like the
unique stuff.
Yeah. That's some great picks right there, man. And I hope somebody can find either those or something to that effect with a good finish, good proof on it that sort of matches with the description that you get. That's fantastic, man. Those are some great picks, very unique too. And if somebody
They're
is
super unique, I don't
Yeah.
think many people would know about those. So
no, that's
I think
it's
they're fun
excellent.
ones, and I
Yeah,
enjoy them. So
that's what you want to hear at the end of the day. Like, is it good? Is it enjoyable? So everybody out there, if you can find either one of these, you maybe need to hunt for it or something. Let me know if you find it in the comments. I think that would be a great. What was it called? Quest's End?
Quest End, yeah, that
Yep.
one's Dragon, because there's a couple versions.
Oh,
That's
okay.
the Dragon, yeah. And then
Nice.
this is the other one is from Filmland Spirits, Moonlight Mayhem
Ooh, okay.
extended cut.
Well, maybe their quest will end when they find either one of those. How about that? You
Right.
know?
Yeah.
Shane, it has been an absolute pleasure. And honestly, as somebody that's getting into this and just started collecting bourbons, started following, I guess, whiskey content creators like yourself in the last 2 months, to speak with you, honestly, it's like, dude, the pleasure's all on this side, man. I was so excited when you reached out and to have you on. For me, it's like, oh, bro, like, I see you, I listen to your thing, man. It's super surreal, dude. So might not mean anything, but like, it feels super awesome, man, to have you on.
I mean, this is what whiskey is all about, right? Enjoying whiskey with another person, talking about whiskey, talking about things that you have in common.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what the community and whiskey is there for. Good whiskey is there for, right?
Yeah.
So I appreciate you, reaching out to me to do this. And I mean,
absolutely.
What else am I going to do? Right. I enjoy whiskey. I love movies. Like,
Yeah.
it's cool stuff.
Absolutely, man. Well, Shane, take over my show for a bit and let people know where they can find you on all the interwebs, everything you're working on. Let them know everything, my man.
Sure. I mean, I am everywhere on Rock's Bourbon Review. So I am on Facebook. I'm on TikTok. I'm on Instagram. I'm on YouTube. I'm trying to do more on YouTube, doing some more longer form content with some other creators.
Okay.
As well as putting out constant shorts on YouTube. But I'm everywhere. It's just Rock's Bourbon Review. If you type it in, you'll probably get some stupid viral thing of me that went off, and then you can check out the content.
Yeah, you'll find out how much food you can have compared to how much whiskey you could have.
You can.
Calories.
Yeah, absolutely. that went pretty viral, so that might pop up.
Love it. While everybody's out there following Shane on Rock's Bourbon Review, you can go ahead and follow the channel Nerds at Night on YouTube. Go ahead and click like. Go ahead and click subscribe. If you're already doing it for him, you can do it. You can do it over here. That's not a problem. You could also follow Nerds at Night on Instagram and on X or Twitter or whatever the kids are calling it. I don't care. You could follow me, Money Blakeweather, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat. It's just all Money Blakeweather. I'm there. I would love to talk with y'all about movies. You guys got some whiskey recommendations? Chop them in the comments. Let me know if you agree or disagree with any of the whiskey picks, or if you've tried them and watched this movie. Let me know how it paired. I'd love to hear from you. But I do want to thank everybody for making this segment, Whiskey and a Mystery, just coming out and liking and reaching out to me about it. I do appreciate all your support. Thank y'all, even for getting us in the last few weeks over to 10K subs. It's incredible. It's been an incredible journey. In the meantime, though, I thank every one of y'all for tuning in. And whether it's morning, evening, afternoon, whatever time you're listening to this, I do appreciate you. And until the next case, I will see you. Peace.